Hi, this is Porter Thorndike, and I'm going to take you through the creation of the Analytical dashboard located in Retail Samples Visualizations folder. This dashboard is showing us a number of things. In the upper left, we're looking at revenue versus cost of goods sold by month. Moving over to the right, we've got quantity sold by product, and then we've got a heat scale showing us the revenue of those products. Down in the lower left, we're looking at products, and each bubble is displaying a different product, and those products fall into product categories, which is our color by field. And they're being plotted vertically by quantity sold, horizontally by revenue, and we're sizing this based on gross profit. In the lower right, we've got sales by product category in a donut chart. So there's so much more that this dashboard shows us other than what each visualization shows us on the dashboard. And that would be the interactive capabilities that this dashboard and anything that's created in visualization mode is going to give you. So if you want to start analyzing this, if I want to mouse over the accessories in the donut chart, I get an informational tooltip and I get the ability to filter, exclude, or drill down. The other thing that's going to happen here is that every chart is interactive and aware of the other charts on the screen. So if I'm to do a selection or a marquee select, and I want to filter just accessories and camcorders, that filter is applied to every other chart that I have on the screen. If I wanted to, at any point, look at a data grid view of what I have in front of me, I can click the arrow in the lower right of any chart, and I can see a grid of the data values. I could remove the filter that's already been selected, or I could restore the chart to its original state. I can do more. If I wanted to mouse over camcorders and actually see what products make up camcorders, I can also drill down. And really, the combination of filtering and drill down in any of these dashboards created in visualization mode, an incredibly powerful analytical capability. And if I wanted to go further and see what was responsible for this increase in revenue at the end of the year, I could isolate that area as well and apply that as a filter. So free-form analytical capabilities in this type of dashboard, including drill down and data grid view as well. How would we create this example? We're going to start in visualization mode. And visualization mode has the benefit of every chart that's created is automatically aware of every other chart that's on the screen. And it provides you that selection or marquee select or lasso capability in automatic application of that filter to the other charts on the screen. So if we want to start with that donut chart, we're going to change the chart to donut in our chart picker, and we're just looking for the revenue by product category, and we drag the dimension and measure onto the canvas. Okay, and you'll notice because this is part of a hierarchy, we get that drill down option, we get the filtering. I didn't do anything special in that sample to activate that stuff. That happens automatically. If we want to show you how to create a title, we go to the Format tab and we click the header or footer option, and we can call this revenue by product category. And I'm going to center this. Now if we want to start inserting some of those other charts, back on the Home tab, I click Insert. We're using a fluid canvas here to dictate the layout and design of our canvas. So you'll notice if I wanted to split this vertically, I could do that easily. And if I wanted to resize it, I could do it easily as well. Also note that each panel has some nice options like show data and export data. And as you're doing your analysis, you could actually take a snapshot of what you have in front of you, and that would add that to a storyboard that you could later export as a PowerPoint. All right, so the next one I want to create is that line chart of revenue and cost of goods sold. I'm going to go up to my chart picker. I'm going to select line, and I want to look at this for a 12-month time period. I'm going to drag that onto the canvas. That will make it my horizontal axis by default. And I'm going to drag revenue onto my canvas in cost of goods, and that delivers me a nice comparison. The next chart that I want to create is going to be that ranked bar. Okay, and we're ranking the bar. The bar chart is my default, so I can stick with that. We're ranking that bar based on quantity sold. So I'm going to drag quantity sold onto the canvas. And I'm going to drag model onto the canvas. I'll do a couple things. I'll just quickly rotate this by clicking the swap button. If I want to rank it by highest, which I would always recommend, we click the metric, we click the sort down option. Now remember that that had a heat scale, and that heat scale was based on revenue, which we can get by dragging that into the color bucket. Okay, now the fourth chart that I want to create is that bubble chart. Again, we're just going to change the layout. Notice I've gone with a slightly different layout than we had in that sample. It's really easy to move these around if you want them in a specific place, obviously. The bubble chart, one of my favorites, okay, and the reason it's one of my favorites is it can evaluate up to 3 metrics and 1 or 2 dimensions, and it's very, very easy to spot outliers by any of those metrics or patterns in any of the dimensions as well. So we were looking at products, and we were looking at the profitability of those products vertically. So I'm going to make that my vertical axis. And we were looking at quantity sold horizontally. Let's make that my horizontal axis. And if you recall, we were looking at revenue in the size area. So that's how quick it is to create one of these. Certainly, we spot some outliers vertically, horizontally, based on the size as well. And because model is part of a product category, that makes it a great candidate for a color by field. Okay, so that is how quickly, 6.5 minutes, it takes to build that really nice interactive analytical dashboard.